What's up, GSW Nation, or Get Slammers, as I think my buddy the Lumberjake once called you guys. This is Crawdaddy, and if you remember correctly, the last time I was on screen, I was your GSW Champion. Well, guess what? I'm bringing that back. Lumberjake might be far away, Healy might be gone, he might be a cop now, Deputy Healy, but I got this guy. What's your name?
What?
What's your name?
Marco Fogetto.
That's almost sounds like El Marco Love. Let's just call you Mark until you can come up with a regular name. It seems like a bunch of these wrestling fans' names is Mark. I wonder why.
They better be giving me some money.
We got to make it first. Anyway, we are here because I am going to put my GSW Championship on the line for the first time in almost a year.
I'm all about that money.
For WrestleMania 35 predictions. Mark, I believe you are the first person outside of the Get Slam people who has actually gotten a chance to do this since Bow and Arrow.
I don't know who that is, but congratulations.
Alright. Well, it usually is beginner's luck, but the past two WrestleManias I have predicted the most matches correct. So the rules are, whoever predicts the most matches correct gets the GSW Championship. But if we happen to tie, the current champion gets to retain the belt, which is me, because I was the last GSW champion. So, suck on that, Mark. Anyway.
No thanks.
Anyway, let's start off with the kickoff show. We have the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal. The gals announced so far are Dana Brooke, Mickie James, Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan, Asuka, Carmella, Naomi, Lana, Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, Zelina Vega, and Nikki Cross. Who do you have and why?
There's so many possibilities there. I feel like it's going to go to Asuka just to redeem her WrestleMania 34 loss, which she never should have got, honestly, in the beginning.
And her SmackDown Women's
Championship. I'm sorry, Charlotte. I hate you. That's it.
So you got Asuka. Well, I'm gonna go with my crush because I really love crazy girls.
Your girlfriend's right over there.
Oh, she knows I have a crush on this gal. I'm gonna go with Nikki Cross. Because she's an insane Scottish woman and she's awesome.
You're not even Scottish. You're Irish.
I don't care. She's awesome.
That's a blend of cultures.
No, it's fine. I love Nikki Cross. She's awesome.
God, Asuka wins. Watch it be Sonya Deville or Mandy Rose.
God help us. Next, we got the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. We have EC3, Tucker, Otis, Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy, Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, Shelton Benjamin, Ali, formerly known as Mustafa Ali, Andrade, formerly known as Andrade Cien Almas. A lot of people are losing their names. I know.
Come on.
Connor, Victor, Rhino, Heath Slater, Curtis Axel, Bo Dallas, Lindsay Dorado, Grand Metalik, Kalisto, Chad Gable, Bobby Roode, No Way Jose, Jinder Mahal, Tyler Breeze, Titus O'Neil, Apollo Crews, Braun Strowman, and the WrestleMania correspondents from SNL, Michael Che and Colin Jost.
I'm going to say this is the actual celebrity involvement in the match for the portion of WrestleMania. So, Sally, it's going to be this SNL guys.
Which one? Colin Jost, the white one, or Michael Che, the black one?
Why you gotta put race into this?
It's just in case you don't know which one's which.
Can I change my pick? I don't trust myself now.
Well, who do you pick? Who do you got?
I got Braun Strowman. He's just on a giant tear right now that he needs this momentum just to get back to where he needs to be at. And for Pete's sake, why'd you put Bobby Roode and the Hardys in this? They don't deserve this.
No, the Hardys should have been in the SmackDown Tag Team title match. That's just my opinion. We'll get to that later.
Disappointment. If you say SNL, I'm going to hit you.
I could see them doing it. I really could. but I am going to go with Braun Strowman because even though they keep putting him in shitty predicaments every year, he ends up winning. Last year he won the tag titles with a 10-year-old. The year before that...
That was the ref's kid, by the way.
Yeah, I know. The year before that, what did he do? He was...
He was in the Intercontinental... No, he was in the Andre the Giant again, and didn't even win it.
Oh, yeah, okay.
He was
this year, I think he's going to win it. I'm going to agree with your pick, Braun Strowman.
He's not even on the show. Sad.
I know. Next, we have the Cruiserweight Championship match, which is probably going to steal the show, so why the hell is it on the kickoff show? But... nonetheless, we have the Cruiserweight Championship on the line. We have Buddy Murphy defending his title on against, I believe it is Tony Nese. Yep.
Buddy Murphy, amazing guy, great guy, carrying the Cruiserweight division on his shoulders. Do not let him drop the title, please.
And not only that, it's on the pre-show, so
he always steals the show on the pre-show.
No. My point is that since it's on the pre-show, the title's probably not going to change hands. So yeah, I got Buddy Murphy too.
Well, plus he's on a great. He's like one of the best characters on 205 Live right now.
Oh yeah.
So I would not take the title off him. He's way too hot in that division right now. But then again, they took the title off Neville when he was the greatest thing, and they gave it to Enzo, who was both along with the company.
Right. Next up, we have the match where I don't understand why it's happening. Actually, there's a lot of matches here I don't understand. But this is the Raw Tag Team title match. We have the Revival defending their Tag Team Championships against two guys who don't deserve it, but they are fan favorites. They're defending it against Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder.
Just by talking to them. They went up to the champions and said, we want a match at WrestleMania.
I mean, Zack Ryder, last time he was on the WrestleMania show, not the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, he did win the Intercontinental Championship.
And then dropped it to the Miz
the next night.
Later.
Still good.
Does not count
good moment
in my book.
It was still good. Feel good moment.
I'm gonna go Hawkins. Just Hawkins by himself.
I'm gonna
go break the streak.
I'm gonna go with the Revival, mainly because don't get me wrong, I do think that Hawkins needs to get a win eventually, but the Revival, you gotta want to keep them around, Vince, and the only way to do that is keep them happy. Keep the Raw Tag Team titles on them. I got the Revival.
I'm gonna repeat this quote: if I win, if I beat you, WrestleMania, where the streaks die. Simple.
Asuka, Undertaker.
Yes. No. Undertaker twice.
Alright, so next we have the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match. We have, again, I really wish the Hardys were in this, but what do I know? Anyway, we got the Usos, Jimmy and Jay, versus Aleister Black and Ricochet, versus The Bar, Sheamus and Cesaro, versus the team of Shinsuke Nakamura and Rusev, who, were blood feuding just a couple months ago.
Let's not forget, Nakamura took a hard fall. He went from a Day Championship match to a SmackDown Tag Team match. Mm. That's a hard fall. I mean, it's not like Braun Strowman getting sent back to the pre-show because they don't know what to do with Braun Strowman, but that's a different story.
Right. So, I guess I'll pick first on this one. I say the Usos retain.
I think so too. That they took the title off of Miz and Shane McMahon just for storyline purposes, and I think the rumor now goes around that they're going to defend it against the Hardys at the Saudi show coming up here very shortly.
When do you think they're going to have the greatest WrestleMania over there?
As long as Saudi Arabia keeps paying, who knows? Right.
So yeah, I got Usos. So we've agreed on everything so far except for the Women's Battle Royal.
Asuka, all the way.
And the Raw Tag Team title match. So let's keep this going. We have
we're going to end up in a tie at the
Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. Roman Reigns. It's got to happen. I mean,
I love Drew McIntyre. I hope he wins, but sadly we know it's going to be Reigns. Let's get him right back on track to probably go into SummerSlam trying to challenge for the Universal Championship again, depending on that match.
Right. So yeah, I got Reigns too. Next up, we have we have Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio for the United States Championship with Dominic at ringside. Dominic Mysterio, or...
They're making this not an Eddie Guerrero thing, aren't they?
Yeah.
He goes wrestling Dominic's his son.
Yeah,
What?
Yeah.
They're going to have a ladder match like SummerSlam 2005, and it's going to be a complete disaster. And Vicky's going to miss her cue, and she's going to come out late, and Eddie's going to get pissed. Oh, I mean, Joe's going to get pissed. Rey Mysterio.
I think Samoa Joe, but I do think Rey's eventually going to take it away from.
I think the reason why I chose Rey because it's going to give Joe more reason to go after Rey based off with his son at ringside. He's going to attack his son based off what he did like against in the AJ Styles feud. He attacked Rey's family. He's going to do the same this time physically against Dominic.
Which I can see that because Dominic is
even after
to be a wrestler.
WrestleMania.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I got Joe. Let's see. We have Finn Balor, the Demon, most likely. The Demon Finn Balor versus the champion Bobby Lashley, Intercontinental Champion. And this is for the title. Who do you got?
Demon Balor.
Demon
Simple.
Balor.
Vince is going to keep him undefeated because he's a great merchandise seller. First off, we know he is. I mean, I don't know if he's selling actually a lot, but his Demon persona is just like so much different that they just want to keep him on the feed, like make him like the next Undertaker, but they don't need to do that.
Yeah, well, you know, he has lost once as a Demon, but it was an NXT show.
That does not count according to the main roster.
Yeah, you're very right. So yeah, I got Demon Finn Balor as well. Which for some reason he'll pull out against Baron Corbin and Lashley, but he won't pull out
against
Lesnar for the Universal Championship. But whatever, that's WWE logic for you. Next up, we got the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match. We have the Boss and Hug Connection, Bayley and Sasha Banks, defending against Beth Phoenix and Natalya, the Iconics, and then Nia Jax and Tamina. Why are they a team?
Because they have nothing else for them to do.
Right.
I'll go
Boss and Hug for me.
Boss and Hug as well. It's because of one key moment that's going to happen later on the show. They're going to want to keep the towels on them just for the ending closing moment.
No, I don't think they're going to do that moment anymore since the Women's Championship match is a winner take all. But I don't know. We'll see. Next up, let's see. What do we got here? There's so many matches on this card. AJ Styles versus Randy Orton.
AJ, all the way. He's supposed to be the face. Mr. McMahon wants Vince wants Orton to go into the new SmackDown brand, go into Fox as the face, but really, that is the house that AJ built, and it is his playground. He is the top face on that brand. Good interruption.
No, you have a good point. But Randy Orton's WWE's boy. I'm going with Randy Orton.
John Cena.
Oh, one of the boys.
He's not Roman Reigns.
I didn't say the face of the company. I said one of the boys. I'm going with Randy Orton.
I just think Orton's like understanding his role now, so he's like, cool, I'm fine. I'll put these people over. I'll do this.
Well, yeah, and I do think Styles will get the win back, but I just think that it'll be Orton at Mania.
No, I don't think Styles needs this win more just to solidify himself as the top face in the SmackDown brand.
Well, we will see. So next up, we have Shane McMahon versus The Miz in a Falls Count Anywhere match. And the winner gets his daddy's love. Just kidding.
Well, Shane McMahon obviously taking it now.
I got The Miz.
I got Miz too.
It's got to be The Miz. McMahon doesn't need it. The only reason why McMahon won last year was because it was Daniel Bryan's comeback match, and he was teaming.
And Dave Bryan did all the work.
Right. So yeah, it's Miz.
They're trying to make him a huge baby face, and it's working. But especially with the premiere of Mr. and Mrs. Miz.
Miz and Mrs.
Whatever the fuck the name is.
All right, so next we got the most terrible match on the WrestleMania card because it should have frickin' happened. Kurt Angle's retirement match against Baron Corbin. If this match happens, I think it's going to be Kurt Angle winning. Which normally it's the person going out on their back, but it's Baron Corbin. if this match is going to happen, it's got to be Angle winning.
I disagree. They're going to make Baron Corbin a huge heel on Raw.
It would be
And
big heel.
Angle is a firm believer in the old style of wrestling, where you go out on your back, compared to taking a win and walking away.
So yeah, I think it'll be Angle. So next up, now this one is I'm actually very much excited for. It is Triple H versus Batista in a no holds barred match, and if Triple H loses, he must retire.
Well, there's your winner, Triple H.
Triple H, yep. Because
keep in mind, Triple H is also wrestling still injured with a pectoral injury.
But not to mention, I don't think Triple H is done. He looks really good for 49. He's going to be 50 this year, but he looks really good. And knowing WWE, Triple H has never beaten Batista.
They set it up for Triple H to win on the biggest
Yes,
stage.
they did.
Every time he puts his career on the line, he wins. We did against Brock Lesnar, gets a pointless win at 29. And then now this. So now Batista's been looking strong almost every week.
But this will be a good match.
Oh yeah,
hands down.
But Triple H is wrestling on an injured pectoral muscle still.
Yeah. Alright, so next up, we make sure before we get into the three main events that I didn't miss anything, and I don't believe I did. So next up, we have the WWE Championship match. We have Daniel Bryan versus, or we have the former B+ player, Daniel Bryan, against the current B+ player, Kofi Kingston.
Kofi Mania. All the way.
Yeah, Kofi too.
Daniel Bryan is refusing to still go to Saudi Arabia, so they may take the title off of him and really use this as a way to keep selling merchandise for the New Day, especially with how Big E and Xavier are always pushing for Kofi and Kofi alone just by themselves without no benefit to them.
Right. You know, there is one thing I heard from What Culture, and they were saying that one thing that could happen, they could create two huge heels by having Big E and Xavier Woods cost Kofi Kingston.
But that wouldn't make sense because they've been pushing the whole months.
WWE doesn't make sense, but I don't think that's going to happen. It would be interesting. Kofi and Xavier would be hated, but Xavier can't really be hated because of his YouTube channel, Up, Down, Down.
Oh, yeah.
I think Kofi's going to win, and it's going to be a good feel-good moment. Now to the Raw men's main event. We have our dog trying to get into the picture here, or my dog trying to get in the picture here. But next up, we have the Universal Championship match. We have Brock Lesnar defending his title against Seth Rollins, the 2019 Royal Rumble winner.
This all depends on if Lesnar resigns with WWE. The outcome depends on this. If Lesnar resigns, he wins. If he doesn't, Rollins wins.
I do know that they're looking at having the Lesnar Cormier fight for UFC in August, and Lesnar would need to start training now.
Well, if Lesnar, it's not. I'll tell you this morning. It's at work. It was if Lesnar resigns, then Austin will push that back till SummerSlam, till at least around SummerSlam time, and then he'll dog title 2 months again. But most likely Roman Reigns.
But Cormier also, he's going to be retiring soon, and then we also got the factor that he could potentially re-sign and not make an appearance until after SummerSlam. God help us. But then WWE can kind of hope that he could be going into the Octagon as the WWE Universal Champion and hopefully become a double champion in 2 different promotions. So there's a lot of factors in this. I want Rollins to win, but WWE has with me thinking Kofi's going to win, they need to have at least one swerve. Lesnar's going to walk away with the championship.
I hate to disagree.
No, you don't.
But, I mean, I wouldn't disagree with you because I'm an asshole, that's me. But, it's I can't really make a choice because there's so many possibilities coming up just depending on one man.
Pick one.
Alright, so I guess I'll go Lesnar, sadly. even though Rollins has been carrying the brand since Reigns has been incapacitated for a little bit.
Yep.
But according to merchandise sellers, he's not even in the top 5 merchandise sellers. So like, oh, we can't trust him. You can trust Rollins with your life. He's the show stealer on Raw. I don't even know what Dolph Ziggler's at anymore.
Can you imagine, like, if Styles got back the WWE title before Survivor Series and Rollins was Universal Champion at Survivor Series? Can you imagine how good that match would be, Rollins versus Styles?
But guess what? It's gonna be Reigns versus Styles most likely. If that's anything gonna happen, it's gonna be Reigns versus Styles because Reigns is gonna take the title off of Lesnar and be like, oh, I have the biggest babyface comeback. No.
Well, we'll see. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm happy to see Reigns back, but I really want him to stay out of the title picture for a while.
Oh, he will until SummerSlam.
All right, last match. We have the winner-take-all Women's Championship match. We have the Raw Women's Champion, Ronda Rousey, versus the SmackDown Women's Champion, Charlotte, versus the 2019 Royal Rumble winner, Becky Lynch. And by the way, let's talk, before we give our predictions for this match, let's talk about how awesome that segment was on Monday Night Raw when they were getting arrested. And all hell broke loose.
It was good until the end.
If you haven't seen it, pause this video and go watch that and then come back.
Don't come back.
Freaking crazy, right?
Don't come back. You will be disappointed.
No, it's not. It was great. But
I'm not even talking about that.
Oh, yeah. But
this video.
So this angle has been so weird, but that last angle that they had on Monday saved it. But let's look back at the facts. Becky Lynch entered herself into the Royal Rumble because Lana hurt her ankle or something, couldn't compete. So she won the match. Then she got injured. Then Charlotte, then they pulled her from the. They suspended Becky until she got to go checked out. Then she finally got checked out and apologized. And then Vince pulled her out in favor of Charlotte. And then
let me just sum it up.
And then they suspended Becky. No, I'm gonna go with the whole story. Then after they suspended Becky, she kept showing up injured on crutches, and eventually Ronda Rousey, got pissed and gave up the title. They vacated the title. Then we were gonna have Charlotte versus Becky for the Raw Women's title at Elimination Chamber. Then she came back saying, no, I didn't vacate the title. I gave you a week to think about it. Then Stephanie gave her back the championship, so it was never vacated. Then Ronda turned heel. And then it's just been a mess. The most recent thing that happened was Charlotte won the SmackDown Women's Championship, and then it became a winner-take-all.
So who do you pick for the match?
It can't be anybody other than Becky Lynch. It's got to be Becky Lynch. I know that Charlotte is their golden girl, but Becky Lynch has been red hot, and it would just be the biggest middle finger to the crowd and to all the WWE fans if anybody else but Becky won. You mean Charlotte, she's in the match. WWE got their way. They're going to be in their first ever women's main event match. So Charlotte can be in it. She can be a part of the history, but the victor has got to be Becky Lynch.
Alright, so I'm going Becky as well, but here's the thing. Reports have been coming out that they don't know the finish for the match yet because Ronda doesn't want to be pinned or submitted by Becky Lynch because of a point of view that happened to escalate to a real life issue. And right now Ronda's also red hot, and there's reports that she could be staying past WrestleMania despite what other reports have been saying.
Even though she's a sex addict, watch her videos, fine.
Oh my god, back to that one. Okay, but I'm going to go Becky. I'm good, thank you. But it's going to be Becky. She's got to pin Charlotte just to protect Ronda because Ronda does not want to get pinned or submitted by Becky. Simple.
Which is fine because then if Ronda does leave for a while and comes back, she can come back strong. All right, so those are your predictions for WrestleMania 35. I am your GSW Champion Crawdaddy here with Mark, who doesn't have a cool name yet, and we will see you soon.